Männer, es war ein langer Krieg. Es war ein harter Krieg. Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft. Ihr seid eine besondere Truppe, die ineinander einen...
Hey guys, Hydra Hut here, and this is Red Hood and the Outlaws, number 24. So we have Lobdell writing, Soy on art, Borges and Yandini on, I believe it's inks and colors. If you haven't been reading this, Lobdell, I believe, has been going through the whole 24 of this issues. I thought Soy was taken off of art because he disappeared for like 1 or 2 issues, and I was kind of worried, but now he's back, so everything's right in the world. This one is called Heroes Don't Kill, which is some pretty heavy foreshadowing to what's going to be going on inside of the comic itself. The cover, at first glance, doesn't really give you a whole lot of an idea of what's going on, but if you're really familiar with the characters, or once you read it, it really does. This ring right here with the glass, this is the Penguin's monocle. Been following along with the Penguin for a while now. If you haven't been reading this issue, you really, or this little current arc, you're missing out. This is really good writing and some pretty fantastic art that they got going on in here. And this particular issue actually trolled me pretty hard when I first read it, and the first page had me legitimately upset before I realized what was going on, and it was just a little bit embarrassed. So if you haven't been reading it, or you just haven't read it yet, there's nothing to worry about. It's really good. Go check it out. If you have and you just want to hear somebody else's opinion on it, then stick around. I will be ruining I'll be ruining a lot of stuff if you haven't read it, so I don't recommend keep watching. But otherwise, let's continue. This page right here fucking got me. I'd forgotten all about this little guy, Bizarro's basically mental thing, and I saw this and all the dialogue, and I was just like, what in the fuck is this Marvel bullshit? And I mean, apart from the art, look at her, she looks fantastic. Artemis. And then this whole little scene here. Red Hood, a Robin reborn with a second chance. Pup pup, kinda hard to explain. The Creeper, just kinda creepy. Arsenal, everyone's best friend. But as it turns out, this is just a movie about these guys that Bizarro is watching. Look at the animation on Bizarro's face, or the animated expression, if you will. That instantly made me feel less bad about being pissed off about this, and that's when I realized that I just got trolled by the same comic. But we're basically picking up right where we left off, and Penguin is now at this big party on the docks that he's throwing. He's celebrating and whatnot, and then suddenly there's a massive explosion behind him, and Red Hood comes walking out of the smoke. Very cool looking panel there. Penguin obviously isn't overly worried. He just thinks Red Hood is kind of a joke, just one of the Bat family. Red Hood proceeds to beat the hell out of him. And then meanwhile, while this is happening, Artemis is trying to get back into their fortress that Bizarro, when he was hyper intelligent, built for them. But as his intelligence has been returning, all of his creations have been basically imploding upon themselves, and the semi-sentient AI that runs their building basically turned everything up to 11 and won't let anybody in. Man, they did a good job on Artemis. So she's currently trying to fight her way inside while Bizarro is in there watching movies. Red Hood is a little bit busy at the moment. While he's got Penguin on his knees, though, and the area is enshrouded in smoke, he asks Penguin if he recognizes a specific name. Penguin really doesn't, and he takes his hat off and basically gives him his secret identity. Penguin starts laughing at him. It's like, ha 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 ha, you gave up your secret identity over a worthless petty crook and in turn Batman's. Ha ha, you're a joke. And because Penguin knows that being one of the Bats, he's got nothing to worry about. Jason isn't going to do anything to him. Well, this part was amazing. Jason gets up in his face, gives him a quick little lecture, and then says, "You know what, Penguin? There's something I need to tell you. I'm my father's son." And caps him in the freaking head. We then jump back to finish up what's going on with Bizarro. Artemis battles her way inside and talks to him and manages to get him to shut it down while Jason is running from the cops because he just put freaking round straight into Penguin's gourd. It was fantastic. And this is probably the best part. Seeing Penguin get shot in the face, that was pretty great. And knowing that Jason has broken up the Bat family, which I don't like. I'm really happy about all this. But this scene right here, this is fantastic. We go to Batman and he's sitting in his room of computer screens and he's watching all these screens have the same scene playing over as Todd just executes Penguin. Of course, being as they follow basic comic book law or rule of thumb, I guess you could say, you'll notice that we don't actually see Penguin's lifeless corpse. We see before, we see the butt up, we hear the shot, we see the bloody monocle, he's covered in blood, but using exposition through the news coverage, we find out that he's just in critical condition. Even though that close, I should have scrambled his brains. But anyway, this expression on Batman's face is priceless. He is upset. And then really nice full page for our continuing into the next issue. So anyway, I think Red Hood is easily one of the better comics at DC right now. Lobdell's fantastic and Soy's art is great. So if you aren't reading it, check it out. It's well worth it. And it's $3.99. But it's a whole lot better than what you're getting from Marvel for $3.99. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hail Hydra, baby. Oh.